brought up with those you love and those who you associate with. So out of some بعض الفاct shown on the بعض and the that I'm associated with. Others who have worn this.
Who wore this?
Like the Sahaba.
You think they wore this? I don't think none of the Sahaba wore this.
None of the Sahaba wore this. It's actually African, right?
This one?
Yeah, I heard that the jilbab or thobe is actually African.
Africa? No.
Yeah.
Well, let's agree on one thing. It never was worn by the Sahaba. Never was worn by the Sahaba. But you know, here's what happens. You see the brothers, they wear it because they want to say, I'm a Muslim. And they put a kufi, I'm a very good Muslim. Or I'm a very Muslim. Now, if this is, with you, just the two of you, what are you going to tell Prophet Muhammad ﷺ when you stand in front of him and tell him about that I have asked you to read the book many, many times, and you didn't read the book? And that's what you want to be with? This is the way, you see here, this is what boiling on, this is the reason for the defeat of the Muslim Ummah. Because the best of the Muslim Ummah, the best you can do is, I want to wear and look like the people are going to be in Jannah, so I'll be in Jannah with them. You have to work harder on that, brother. This is the way we look like? Because we look like Muslims. Our names look like Muslims. Even we do things like Muslims, like some of us pray and what have you. And even some of us wear hijab. But are we really Muslims? And this is the question. Are we really Muslims? You play basketball, don't you?
Me?
No, you, not me. You do, kind of. You have a video game?
Somewhat.
What do you mean somewhat? You mean somewhat means what?
Yes.
What about you, brother? Video games. In the last 3 months, how many hours have you spent on the video games?
Ouch.
At least 1 hour?
Yeah.
You would say at least 1 hour. Means what? In 1 hour, how many pages can you read in 1 hour? Even if you are bored.
40, 50.
Yeah. How many pages can you read in 1 hour?
50.
50. This means if you read 10, then it's only 1/5. This means he only spent 10, 15 minutes in the last 3 months on that book. While at least every one of you have spent at least minimum 1 hour on doing nothing. And 1 hour on doing ridiculous things. And 1 hour watching TV. And at least 1 hour goofing off. And at least 1 hour on the phone. And at least 1 hour just sitting, not knowing who you are or where you are or what you are. But somehow, some way, ye did not force yourself, ye did not motivated yourself to read the book. So if you think there is an outside power, and there is conspiracy theories, and there is enemies of Islam, trying to defeat them, trying to put them down, what have you, it's wrong. Hey, somebody. The real enemies of Islam are who? Him. It's us. Especially these two guys. Especially these two guys. Especially these two guys. Who wears hijab? And daily. You wear hijab? You wear hijab? You wear hijab. You are the first enemies of Islam. Because Islam is not just a look. It's just not look like somebody. Islam is actions. Islam is positiveness. Islam is work. Islam is advancement. It's not just coming to school. Why you come to school for? Why you come to school? To learn what? What did you learn? No, what did you learn so far in your 11th year in school?
Oh my gosh, so much.
Oh my gosh, I learned a lot. But you know something? You did not learn the first thing about Islam. Is what? Islam is what? Commitment. You know what Islam means? The word Islam means what?
Submission.
Submission. Submission means commitment. Commitment. I'm committed to this deen. I'm committed to this deen. You know, of course you want to be with the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, right? What was his name? Nickname? Al-Amin. And what? As-Sadiq Al-Amin. Sadiq means what? When he said something, he tells the truth. And when he promised something, he will what? He will do it. How many of you guys, I got your promise that you're going to read the book? Did you read the book? No. So this means what? You broke the first thing about Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, which is when he promised to do something, he will do it. Anybody remember the story when somebody told him he's going to meet him the next day? And he waited for him, and the guy didn't show up. He stayed there for a day waiting for the person. Stayed there for a day waiting for the person. You know, guys, when we really go beyond the looks and look at Islam, this is a commitment and submission to God. And what? I have been chosen. I want everybody now to go and make a report on the last verse of Surah Al-Hajj. The last verse of Surah Al-Hajj. I'm going to go over it quickly with you guys. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وجاهدوا في الله حق جهاده. Struggle for Allah, the proper jihad. You don't have a paper, you don't have a pencil. Oh, you're stunned by me, yeah? Yeah, you know. جاهدوا في الله حق جهاده. Struggle in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's cause, the proper, the real, the exact jihad. Why? هو اجتباكم. He has selected you. He has handpicked you. Anybody who become a Muslim, you think because they want to be a Muslim only? Only because they want to be a Muslim? Or because God have let them become a Muslim? He allowed them to be a Muslim. There is nothing in the world that happens without God's permission. So anybody who wants to be something without the permission of God will never happen. That's why we said in many du'at, Man yahdihi Allah wa huwa al-muhtadi. Whoever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide him, he will be guided. But that person wants to be guided, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows he's sincere, he will let him be guided. Not that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala pick and choose, because this would be injustice and unfairness. هو اجتباكم. He has selected every one of us who said, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. وَمَا جَعَلَ عَلَيْكُمْ فِي الدِّينِ مِنْ حَرَجٍ. He has not made this deen, this way of life, to be embarrassing to you or hardship on you. مِلَّةَ أَبِيكُمْ Ibrahim. This is the same message that came from Ibrahim alayhi salam, which is God is one, and we have to submit to His will. هو سماكم المسلمين من قبل. He have called you and named you Muslimin from before. وفي هذا, and in this Quran also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala called us Muslimin. And the reason is what? Just to wear jilbab? Just to wear hijab? No. ليكون الرسول عليكم شهيدا. So Allah, our Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam will be a witness over you, and you're going to be witness over mankind. فأقيموا الصلاة. Establish prayers. And when it says إقامة الصلاة, prayers is the institution of prayers. Means it has to be a place where you can make adhan and you can pray safely and peacefully, and everybody will recognize that. وَآتُوا الزَّكَاةِ. And then pay zakat. Salah, just for you guys to, it's the phone. Everyone who has a phone, cell phone. What do you do to your phone? You leave it without charge, or you charge it. So this is the salah. We charge ourselves with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala 5 times. To what? To get the charge. But to do the work is the next thing. Because a phone, charged phone without being used is dead. And a phone without a charge is also dead. وَآتُوا الزَّكَاةِ. Pay zakat. What? Because we have to charge each other. We have to make sure that I feel that he needs money, and he feels that I need something. وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِاللَّهِ. And take your refuge, take your support, take your protection from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's the best supporter and the best ally.